practicing most days and you're listening to your teacher's advice, but you still find yourself struggling with a particular piece or technique, and this lack of progress is disheartening and you may feel like giving up. What's going on? Lovely ones, this is Livia. I'm a professional operatic soprano, voice teacher, and the founder of Singing for Self-Care. If you like health and heart-based singing, I highly suggest you subscribe because I'm here for you every Monday with tips on your most powerful method of self-care, your voice. Because remember, you and your voice are practically magic. Think of practice as compound interest. To borrow a concept from Warren Buffett, aim to improve your singing by 1% each day. Now, whilst this may seem like a negligible amount, like too small to even notice, if you keep this up for 1 year, in theory, you would have improved your singing by 37%. Now, obviously singing isn't this objectively measurable thing, but this can be a useful mindset to adopt if you're feeling frustrated. So oftentimes we overstate the value of one big eureka moment in our development, and we undervalue the importance of these tiny daily gains. That 1% can definitely go unnoticed, especially when you consider that in singing there's this immense amount of moving parts. Singing is one of the most neural dense activities that we can do as humans, and it requires an amazing amount of mind-body coordination. Many muscles are working in a fine balance to achieve efficient singing, and the improvements that you're making with practice could be linked with one small process of a very complicated system. So maybe it's not immediately obvious, but it's still incredibly important for the whole. One practice session won't make you a virtuoso, but a lifelong commitment to your craft will. A 1% improvement each day is akin to 1% compound interest in the bank. So not only are you improving a little each practice session, the improvement is multiplied each time the action is repeated. So day by day, it's unremarkable, but you might look back in 2 years and be absolutely shocked by your progress. Okay guys, real talk. Are you actually being regular with your practice, or are you blowing it off a little bit more often than you should? So be honest with yourself, because this whole compound interest thing is a double-edged sword. So much like these tiny daily gains go largely unnoticed, so does slacking off. If you're procrastinating, I have a video here that might be able to help. So if you miss a few days of practice, you may not notice, although your teacher might. But repeated misses and excuses are going to be really detrimental to your progress. So much like the daily 1% gains will lead you to a 37% improvement after a year, missing the sessions for the same amount of time will bring you to almost zero. So you get what you repeat. Progress isn't linear. Sometimes it may feel we are practicing in vain when we aren't seeing any progress. But in reality, a breakthrough can only happen as the result of all the practice that you've done before. All of your many previous singing sessions build up the potential to unleash a major change. So if you think about a pressure cooker, you can't see the pressure building inside. If you're just observing it on the stove, you can't gauge how hot it is or how much pressure is inside. But suddenly the valve is released and all this steam comes out and your food is cooked. This is the silent building of pressure that made the finished meal possible. It's similar with your practice, so you may not see quick results, but regardless, you need to put in these hard yards for that big jump to happen. If you're feeling a little bit low about the whole process, I really like this following quote, because practice is something that's within your realm of control. So that's just because you feel like giving up, doesn't mean you have to give up. Study the greats. Spend some time going down the YouTube rabbit hole of recordings of great singers. So if you're struggling with a specific piece, searching for that piece might be a good start. So from here, you can exercise diffuse or focused listening. Diffuse listening entails listening to recordings purely for enjoyment and getting inspired. So if you're like banging your head against the wall in your practice session, maybe listening to some gorgeous or exciting singing from the most iconic artists may be enough to remotivate you and remember why you sing in the first place. Focused listening, on the other hand, is much more involved. So here you listen in great detail to a really great recording and you analyze it. So you can stop at the end of the phrase, go back, listen again. How did they shape that vowel? Okay, what did I do to prepare for that really big interval that I'm finding hard? So videos can be really great in this respect too. And something that I have done every now and again is to slow a video to 0.5 or even 0.25 so you can get a really good look at what the singer is doing. And you can use this information to try and figure out a new approach in your practice and see if that works for you. Keep in mind that even if you are examining these recordings in detail, try and diversify the material so you're studying different interpretations, because you don't want to end up just replicating someone else. Study your peers. Sometimes it's difficult to see our own issues, so we are our own instrument and we can't see what's happening inside of us. Plus, our voice actually sounds different in our own head than it does to others. So as a result, it can be very valuable to see teaching in action when it comes to other singers. So you're in a position where you can listen more objectively to what technique is being implemented and how it's affecting their voice. You can ask your teacher if it's possible for you to sit in on another student's lesson to get an idea of how the concepts that you're working on sound like on another voice. Alternatively, you can attend masterclasses. And it's really great. There's a lot of them on YouTube. So Joyce DiDonato has a bunch of really fantastic masterclasses online. Hearing the technique being explored externally through another voice may give you a light bulb moment, which then it might allow something in your technique to click. Now, if you've tried all of this and you're still feeling stuck, consider switching up your education. Now, this doesn't have to be as extreme as completely changing studios and finding a new primary voice teacher, although sometimes that needs to happen if you've learned all you can from that person, or maybe it's just not a good fit. You can contact a recommended teacher for a consultation lesson, you could sing in a masterclass, or maybe you could take a short course where you would be mentored by various singers. Each singer is completely unique, and what may work for others may not work for you, and vice versa. The work you've been doing prior isn't in vain. The same concept may be explained or demonstrated by someone else in a slightly different way, and all of a sudden it makes sense. So the practice that you've already done feeds into that. I hope you find use in these long-term and short-term strategies for overcoming the frustration of feeling like you aren't moving forward in your singing. If you fancy booking your own consultation with me, you can fill out the form on my website. I'll chuck a link in the description. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you next Monday. Bye!